Podcast voice. Oh yeah. Hey, so I'm projecting now, and this is how I talk on the podcast. Yes. Intro done. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the
NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
All right, JoSoloRocks, episode 2. Episode 2, part 2, part 2. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I'm doing this one out of necessity because I'm going to be talking about, I guess, moving because I just moved. All right, I'm going to start over because I have company now. Hey, puppy. Did you just mob in? You did just mob in. I don't know, but this is what's happening. So this is out of necessity because I haven't been able to link up with Lauren because she's like James Brown, the busiest woman in entertainment, and I just moved. So we haven't been able to match up. So right now I'm doing JoSoloRocks. So I'm a little bit all over the place right now because I just moved. Yeah. It was a big move. It was, I've been living with my girlfriend for the better part of the last decade, and I've been in apartments for, oh my gosh, the better part of my my entire adulthood. Since I guess the last house that I lived in, I think I was 7, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I was in single digits. And so we just moved. We found a house, which is awesome. So we're renting a house up here, which is great. It's the coolest thing in the world to live in a house. I've never really lived in a house as an adult. So it's cool. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of room. We live on the side of a mountain, which is kind of cool. My dog has a ton of room to run around. We have a pool, which is awesome. Not that I know how to swim because I don't, but I can stay afloat and I can doggy paddle with the best of them. So it's been a big move, and to my stroke survivors out there, or just survivors period, routine is amazing for survivors. I'm assuming all survivors, but specifically anybody who had a brain injury, a traumatic brain injury, or an acquired brain injury. Routine is everything. Just waking up in the morning. This is what I do: A, B, C, D. Then I end my day. Routine is key, and so I'm completely out of my routine, so I'm feeling like a basket case. I'm feeling a little bit loony, I'm feeling a little bit crazy, but I'm starting to slowly get back into routine. I'm just figuring out a new routine. So I walk my dog every morning, I come home, I make myself a shake. Those are the steadies. I go to occupational therapy every Wednesday, I go to therapy every Thursday. Those are the steadies. It's all the stuff in between that's driving me a little bit crazy, making me feel a little bit batty, making me feel a little bit nuts. Not a good feeling, but it's all for the greater good. It was a good move. Sometimes moves aren't great. Sometimes you move because, well, I have to move. I don't have any choice, or, you downgrade from what you're used to or what you're doing. This is I feel like George and Wheezy Jefferson, we're moving on up. It isn't to the east side. This is kind of, I guess, the west side. I'm not really sure. I'm horrible with directions. I used to give directions like this. Oh, it's next to the McDonald's or the Bank of America. Those are everywhere. I'm the worst. But overall, I think this is a really, really good move. It's a lot. It's just, all of this has been a lot. So I explained to my girlfriend yesterday, today, God, I don't even know. It's all my days just meld into one. I wake up, how you have a stress level. Right? You have oh, well, I'm getting this is a stressful day, or this is what's going to overwhelm me. I have notches. I normally people wake up at 0. I wake up, it's a brand new day, everything is fine, and then your day kind of creeps in and a bunch of shit happens. Your stress level lifts up. You're you feel a little bit more overwhelmed gradually, slowly but surely. With me, I wake up on, let's say, instead of a 0, I wake up at maybe a 4 or a 5. That's just how I wake up. That's my baseline. My baseline is somebody's pretty bad day because I feel overwhelmed constantly. I've talked about it before, where a very simple day where you just wake up, you go to the store, you just do, your normal menial tasks. That's overwhelming to me. So this move has been it's brought me from my normal baseline of a 4 or a 5 to maybe a 8 or a 9 normally, and it's been a pretty smooth move for the most part. As of today, we're officially done with our old apartment, so we're like 100% moved in. We have our refrigerator over there that we're donating, and that's going to get picked up in a couple of days, and then after that's done, that's it. We now live here. But yeah, it's just been a lot because routine has been broken. I just have to figure out a new routine. I can't say routine anymore. Can I say it like 8 more times? I crave it. I need it, and my routine is every Saturday, Lauren comes over and we do the NeuroNerds for a couple hours. We hang out, we talk, we I don't know. It's very it's very healing. It's therapeutic for both of us. I don't actually. I can't speak for Lauren. I hope it's awesome for her. It's absolutely awesome for me. And I crave that. And the fact that like it hasn't been a normal every Saturday while this just happens because of the move. It's been a lot. I miss my neuro nerd partner. She's been a huge part of my recovery during the neuro nerds. It's been everything. It's been so great for me. It's actually been great for others too. I think the best part of this is I'm actually reaching other people. It's so fulfilling. It's crazy. I guess I've always been a giver my entire life. I always put other people's thoughts and feelings above mine. I did have a stroke, high blood pressure induced stroke, because I never really thought about me. I would take on other people's issues, other people's problems, and it would make me feel better, like when they were feeling good, not even realizing that like I feel horrible, like I was living vicariously through them instead of actually living through me. It's a side I guess benefit to doing this. It's helping me vent, it's helping me share my story, it's helping me get things out, it's helping me build community through reaching out to like some of you guys, and you guys are reaching out to me, which is awesome. I love it. I love talking to you guys. You guys are all amazing. And the fact that you guys are saying, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about, I feel that way, how great is it? There's a lot of times where you just feel alone out there and you're like, man, I might be like the only person in the world to feel this way. You're not. And it's so great because I kind of feel that way all the time. It's great when somebody will reach out to me and say, hey, you know what? I know exactly what you're talking about because I feel that way too. It's great. You know how they say misery loves company? It's kind of true, because sometimes I'm like super miserable. I'm super miserable in the fact that I have like short-term memory loss and I forget things all the time and I misplace things, which drive me crazy. And okay, so I'll say this: people who don't have brain injuries, people who aren't recovering from something major like a stroke or anything like that, please don't say things like, oh, wait, hey, I forget things too. It's not the same. It's absolutely not the same, because you're forgetful. Okay, you're forgetful. Your brain didn't just shut down and completely forget what you did or why you did it. So yeah, it'd be awesome if you guys can say, oh man, that sucks, and leave it at that. You don't have to say, oh, well, I do that too. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that It doesn't work that way. And okay, people with PTSD. So I have PTSD, which sucks. And I'm like, oh, I have these crazy like freakouts for like no reason. I have disassociative moments where I just kind of drift off and my mind shuts down because it's kind of protecting itself. And, people will say, oh, well, I get scared too. Yeah, it's kind of not the same thing. Like, I understand that you're trying to like, I don't know, make me feel better about it, but it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel significantly worse. And I have a new thing too. I'm like super, like stimulation, like I'm overstimulated all the time. It's kind of a problem. I notice I don't really drive at night very often because it's really hard for me. The lights, I never have an issue with lights. I've never had an issue with lights. Like when I used to get migraines, people are like, oh, I'm so light sensitive and the lights really mess me up. Lights never really mess with me. Now it's kind of a problem. So when I'm driving on the freeway, which is a frightening thought, at night and on the other side, the lights are just like zooming past me, it kind of messes me up. It's really weird. It's very uncomfortable. Not that I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to veer into the median in the freeway. Not that I'm going to like go drive into oncoming traffic. Nothing like that. But it makes me very uncomfortable. And it brings me from I'm 100% good to maybe like 95% good. But that 5% like drives me a little bit loopy, a little bit crazy, because I don't feel 100% in control, and that's not a good thing, especially when you're behind the wheel of a car. So so driving at night, that was a new thing, but it's something that I need to do. It's something that I need to get used to. So I'm putting myself in like uncomfortable situations, not to like in a place or position where I'm going to harm somebody else, but I need to grow. I need to get better, and I'm comfortable enough to like take these chances where I haven't driven at night maybe for the last month, because I'm more comfortable in driving places where I'm familiar with. So at my old apartment, I knew everywhere I was going, so I could kind of go on automatic. But now, I'm up in the mountains, like I don't know where anything is. So it took me we've moved 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't know, something like that. So whenever we moved here, yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago. I didn't drive at all because I wasn't comfortable. So I needed to be driven to see how to get here. And then once I was comfortable in remembering that, cool, now I know how to get here. Now I can drive. I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm not 100% comfortable yet, but I'm getting there. Like all of us out there, I'm a work in progress. So this move has been interesting. It's been difficult, but not like a bad difficult. It's not like, oh my God, everything sucks, everything's terrible. It's just been, I use the word overwhelming all the time because I'm constantly overwhelmed. It's been very overwhelming, but like in a really good way. It's because it's a positive move. I'm moving from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom house with a backyard and a pool. Like this is awesome. It's like really, really cool. It's secluded. It's quiet. Like I could murder people, bury them in the backyard. Nobody will ever know. Not that I would ever do that again. Just kidding. Totally joking. But it's really, really nice. And it's great to be out in nature. I say that because when I got out of the hospital, the one thing, I don't have a lot of memory of that time. The one memory that will never escape me is literally crying. Even thinking about it right now, I'm a little misty-eyed. Just a tear, I shed a tear driving home. My girlfriend was driving me home from the hospital because I looked out the window and it was just the wind rustling the leaves. It was the most beautiful thing my eyes had seen. And it just brought such a tear to my eye, and that memory is just burned in my brain. And now I wake up every morning to wind rustling through the trees. It's beautiful. I looked out the window and I was wondering, so like I had my dog, I had Stella in the backyard, and I look out and I see her and she's super fixated on something. Like her ears are up and she's sitting down and she's just so focused. I was like, is everything okay? And I'm really trying to figure out what she's looking at. She was looking at a rabbit. There were rabbits, well, not rabbits. There was a rabbit just bouncing around in, the backyard, which was awesome. Like, how cool is that? You have Bugs Bunny just bouncing around. So I think it's really cool. What's not cool is I took her for like a late night walk. Normally I walk around 8 o'clock. I took her for an extra walk, maybe around close to 10 o'clock. And maybe about down the hill, a block and a half away from the house, and I hear a howl. And then I hear another howl, and then I hear several howls at once. Yeah, it was a pack of coyotes, maybe about a block away. So I realized real quick, living out in nature is awesome, just not super awesome if you have an animal to walk at night. So I'll stick to her walks starting at 8 and ending maybe about 8:45. Anything after that, yeah, I don't want to mess with coyotes. They're not like Wile E. Coyote. They're not like trying to get the Roadrunner. These are like vicious animals, I'm assuming. And I talked to the neighbor, and the neighbor was like, oh, yeah, your dog's little. And I was like, well, no, my dog's 82 pounds. So if you consider that little, which I do, she's my 82-pound lap dog. And he's like, no, these coyotes, they're big. He's like, so if you're going to walk her at night, make sure you bring like a baseball bat or something like that. He's like, if you don't have one, I've got several. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it's awesome. But I'm really, really looking forward to getting back in a rhythm where every Saturday I'm recording, hopefully with Lauren here in person. If not, via Skype, because I think we're going to start recording Skype episodes, because like we can always do it no matter what's going on. She doesn't have to drive way out here, because again, she does like a million different things. When I say a million different things, I mean so many different things. She's a Renaissance woman. She teaches, she dances, she kicks ass, she writes. Like she's incredible. Like we all know that, and if I didn't say that, she would beat me. So it's been very, very good overall, very, very good, but very, very difficult. It's really, really hard, and it's really hard to explain because people are like, well, what's difficult? You moved into a house, that's great. Yeah, it's great, but it's starting over, it's starting a new routine, and it breaks me, man. Oh my god, it breaks me just to start over and figure out like a new routine. The fact that I lost my watch and I found it again, that made me whole mentally for like a hot minute. But then this whole move, and like everything is new, everything is like I'm figuring out. I keep forgetting my headphones, and my headphones are like a really big deal to me. Like I've got my Beats by Dre, sponsor us, that would be great. I have my Beats, and I have them on my ears constantly, not listening to music, actually listening to music most of the time, but just to block out background noise. So I need them. I don't like, oh well, I kind of need, like, I absolutely need them. It drowns out so much noise when I'm out and about, when I'm doing anything, like I'm not being rude. I don't have my headphones in. I'm not listening to music. I'm literally just like trying to kill 90% of the stuff that's driving me crazy. Um, so I keep on not misplacing them, but when I was at my apartment, I had like two places where I kept things, right? So I walk in the house and I put my keys here, I put my headphones here, and I put I don't know, I put my hat, because I always wear a hat because I don't have any hair. And I'm very comfortable wearing hats. And I put my hat there. So that's it. Here, it's figuring out a new routine. So like there's a couple of ways to get in the house. There's like the main doors, there's like the side door. So like when I get in like the side door, I normally put myself there, but then there's like a little table when you walk through like the main hallway thing, kind of keep my stuff there, kind of keep my stuff in the room. So I need to narrow that down from like three places to like one place. It's just figuring out like a new routine. I don't know if it's hard. It's just so hard. I crave routine. I feel like a prisoner. Maybe prison would be awesome. No, I don't want to say that. Prison would not be awesome. But like I like that. Like I automatically wake up now at like 8:30 in the morning, and I'm just like, oh, time to take my dog for a walk. This is awesome. That'll turn into, all right, well, I need to lay down longer and meditate. So now it's 10 o'clock because I nodded off again. But it's good. It's all in my rhythm. It's all in my routine. But routine has been so broken. I don't know how you guys feel about routine. Like you, the recoverers out there, the survivors. Is it as important to you as it is to me? Because it's so important to me. What's been great too, and talking to you guys, and you guys talking to me, you guys have been such a huge part of my recovery. you know Whether you know it or not, you guys have been such a massive part of my recovery. And I've met a lot of really cool people, and I've made, like, I don't know, what I like to think are some really cool friends from around the world, which is awesome. Man, technology is great, isn't it? Like, we could befriend people halfway around the world. I'm kind of an insomniac, so I'm normally up really, really late. And I have like these awesome epic end of the day conversations, because like the day will just beat me up. And I'm just like, everything sucks. I'm so tired. I'm defeated. It's over. And it'd be like 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. And I don't really have anybody to talk to because normal people are asleep. But there are survivors. There are my kin, my community, like halfway across the world, that are just waking up and starting their day. And conversing with them has been incredible. To name a couple, my friend Rianne, and I can say my friend Rianne because I think we've become friends. And I haven't talked to her like in a while. I'm going to hit her up right after this. She lives in the Netherlands, and she's one of the coolest chicks in the world. And I say chick in the least sexist way possible. I say that constantly. She's been awesome. Like, she's been super, super cool. And she's a big nerd. She just started Twitch gaming. I don't know if any of you guys know that. That's like when you play video games like in front of a camera, and like people watch you like play video games. It's kind of awesome. I've seen her play, I think, like twice. I miss her playing Fallout 4, and that sucks because it's like my favorite game in the world. But she's like the coolest tattooed workout chick in the world. She's a stroke survivor, and she's become a good friend of mine. And she's helped me through, whether she knows it or not, some really difficult moments that I've had over here in the States. And oh my gosh, I forget where she lives. My new friend Noreen, who is an amazing artist, and any of you guys want to check out like a dope artist, it's Noreen Walsh Art on Instagram. Dope artist. She's really, really cool. It's like one of the coolest chicks I've ever met. Again, say chick in the least sexist way possible. And we had like the most epic conversation, I think it was the night before last, and another one like a week ago, where we literally just kind of became friends in the most organic, like great way. We shared stories, we talked about family. I was really, really excited that she called me mate because I love the little intricacies of language because we're all speaking English, but she's from a different part of the world, and she says things like mate and mum instead of friend and mom. I just think that's great. That tickles me. I think it's funny. Not in a weird way. I just think it's funny. I like it. So Noreen has been awesome. She's been like such a sweetheart, and like I love talking to her and her story. She's amazing. Not only she's an awesome artist, she's an awesome person. Like she's a survivor. She's an ass kicker, man. She's like really, really cool. Oh, and my friend Rianne, she's go with the grow. She's like the coolest chick in the world. Actually, I haven't asked her why that's her Instagram thing, go with the grow, but I will. I just recently was talking to this woman, Brisa. She is holy cow. So every once in a while, I'll meet somebody and I'll hear their story and I know where they're come from. And it kind of motivates me to like never give up and keep pushing forward. And if I'm ever feeling down, it's like, well, why are you complaining? And she's one of those people. So she had basically, I won't get into the super long gist. She's going to be a guest blogger on my JoSoloRocks section on my blog, which is awesome. She was on Doctors, that TV show, and she told like her whole story with her mom there. Her mom seems like an awesome woman too. And so basically she had a stroke, right? She had oh God, memory sucks. Oh, it's such a pain in the butt. But so I'll give you the quick gist as much as I can remember. She had a specific type of stroke that basically shuts down everything. She couldn't really communicate, but she understood what people were saying, but she couldn't respond back. And locked in syndrome, I think that's what it is. I'm kind of 100% sure, but I'm not. So she had this, and the doctors basically said she had a 1% chance of getting better. So that's it. Like, you're not that your life's over, but like that kind of functional part of your life is over, and you just have to kind of figure out like a new beginning, I guess, like a new way to like live. And lo and behold, that 1%, she is that 1%. Not only is she like functioning again, she's like highly functioning. She ran a marathon, which is awesome. Like she even said, she's like, I don't really run marathons, but I like ran a marathon. She is 1 in 100. How great is that? And I can't wait to publish her story and, put up the link to like the doctor's episode of hers. It's so motivating because anytime you feel down, anytime you feel upset, or I just can't move forward, like I have too many deficits, I'm not who I used to be. It doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. You're who you're supposed to be right here and right now. I beat myself up constantly. Like it's a problem. Anytime any little thing goes wrong, I'm very hard on myself. And my occupational therapist has been, I've mentioned her before, Kaylee, has been everything in my recovery. And I feel really, really bad because I did an interview with Share Your Stroke of Genius about a week ago, and I couldn't hear myself in the headphones, and I called her KK Kaylee. She's not, she's not part of the Ku Klux Klan. She's not racist. She is incredible. I just couldn't hear myself, and I pronounced her name as Meester instead of Meister. I don't know why I did that. Maybe it's because when I was a kid, I was afraid of the Heatmeister, and I don't want to like associate her with like the Heatmeister. Anyways, Kaylee has been everything in my recovery, and she's constantly telling me, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop beating yourself up. And I don't listen to her because I'm an idiot. But she's right. I shouldn't be as difficult on myself as I am, but I am. But slowly, and Felice, my girlfriend, she tells me the exact same thing. She's like, stop being so hard on yourself. She's like, you're here. You're walking, you're talking, you're functional. Like you're absolutely right. Like, what am I complaining about? When people out there, like some people, like even my new awesome, incredible artist friend Noreen, she had a stroke and she doesn't have feeling on like, one of the sides of her body. That's a lot. She is an amazing artist. Like she creates such beautiful pieces and she is so talented. I'm like, why am I complaining? What am I complaining about? Really? And then this my new, I hope my new friend Barisa, Brisa, not Barisa, she's not like barista, Brisa, 1 out of 100 chance to like just be functional, and she's more than functional. She is killing it. Like, so why am I complaining? Why am I being so hard on I don't need to be hard on myself. I'm so happy that I'm this functional, that I'm able to like talk to you guys, and you guys are able to like talk to me and share your stories. And we're slowly but surely building this community. So speaking of building communities, I've been slacking on the JoSoloRocks community. I really, I started it because all I want to do is help. I'm a helper, like I really do. Oh, you don't have a shirt? Here, take the one off my back. I'm a giver, and I really, really wanted so badly to help other people. I didn't want anybody to go through what I did and just feel super alone and not have a community. So I started building my own community, and I'm like, man, I can do it. But when I thought it was like, hey, I'm going to build this Facebook group, the JoSoloRocks community, and like people are going to, I had the vision in my head. I just started it way too early because, to be honest, I wasn't 100% functional yet mentally. Like, overall, I'm really, really good, but I still have patches where I'm just not great. And it was at that time where I wasn't great. So and anybody who's part of the group, I've been silent, and I'm so very sorry, but we're going to kick this off, and we're going to be doing big things this upcoming year. The rest of this year, yes. And this upcoming year is going to be huge because I'm working from here starting now, maybe about a week ago, up until Stroke Awareness Month next year and where I want to kick it off. I want to start like a JoSoloRocks summit where somehow, some way, I want to get all you guys like in a room, as many people as possible. I want to, I think it would be great to actually talk to you guys like right across. There's a bunch of people who I would love to do that with, and people who are halfway across the world who can't make it. Hey, maybe we'll have like a live Skype session with everyone. I want to have like sponsors and hosts and like booths and all kind of stuff. Like I want to have like this cool little event, and so it's a little brainchild right now, and I'm going to talk to some people to help kind of bring this thing to fruition. Maybe I want to do like a stroke awareness, maybe run or a walk or something like that. We're going to figure some stuff out, so ideally I want it to be the NeuroNerds present the JoSoloRocks Summit. That's kind of the brainchild right now. And I'm kind of, I'll be talking to some people over the next couple of weeks, and then over the next couple of months, we're going to be working on it. And then over the next year, we're going to put it together. So put some positive energy out there because I super believe in that, because, we can do anything with our minds. And I'm here right now because of that. So, I feel like I've failed so far with the JoSoloRocks forum, but you never fail if you keep on trying. A great man, actually Felice's father, Hiram Martin, and one of the greatest men I have ever met. And I'll never forget, him saying that. He's like, you'll never fail if you continue to try. And I will continue to try, and I'm going to make the JoSoloRocks forum functional. I'm going to try to put together this JoSoloRocks summit, which is going to be amazing. And just talking to you guys, it's helped me, and I hope in turn it's helped you guys. Who else helped me a lot too are the Stromies, the stroke homies. They are 3 of the most beautiful women physically out there. That alone, just just visually, they're stunning. They all had strokes, but what makes them truly beautiful is they're all amazing people. They're so sweet. And anytime I have like a little bit of an issue, or I'm a little bit like dysfunctional, I'll reach out, and they're like, hey, that happened to me too, or I feel like this, or I've done this. And they've been a huge help, and we talked about like meeting up at some point, whether me flying out there or like us figuring out like a way to kind of meet in the middle and maybe do like a little bit of a summit where we can all meet and talk. And because community is key. Like we need people who have kind of been through what we've been through and understand what we're going through, because I have a lot of support from my girlfriend. I have a lot of support from my friends, and sometimes it still feels really, really lonely, because people don't really truly understand what you're going through unless they kind of have been through that. So in talking to you guys, that's why like I call out like the Stromies. That's why I call out Rianne and Noreen and some of these other people, because you guys have been just so helpful to me. I hope in some way I've been helpful to you. Like I mean that. Like I don't want to be selfish and be like, yeah, you guys totally helped me. I don't really care if I've affected you in any way. I really, really hope that like I don't know, kind of touched you the way that you guys touched me. That sounded really, really weird. I wish I could have like phrased that better, but I mean that like all of you guys hold a special place in my heart, and you've contributed greatly to my recovery, and the girls from a Lion, Like It or Not apparel. Oh my gosh. I had they sent me the I Almost Died t-shirt. And I gotta tell you, it's my favorite t-shirt in the world. It's my favorite t-shirt I've ever had, ever. I wear it way too often. I mean that. It's gonna end up just being grayish instead of black because like I wear it constantly. But I almost died. Like I did. I almost died. And the shirt means so much to me because I wear that as like a badge of honor. I wear it for myself. I wear it for the other survivors. I wear it for my family, my friends. I wear it as a reminder that that almost happened. I never want that to happen again. And I'm just going to keep pushing forward and living and eventually thriving. Yeah, they've been great. There's so many people out there who are bringing stroke awareness to people because so many of these strokes can be prevented. Um, don't stress out, eat right, meditate, get your head right, find people to talk to, don't stress out too much, don't eat too many gross nasty things, even though sometimes gross nasty things are awesome. I miss the McRib. I do. I love weird strange things to eat. I I think that's why all right, so like I'm getting my fill through Salt and Straw. I don't know if you guys have Salt and Straw wherever you are, but Salt and Straw is like this ice cream place down here, and every month they have like maybe anywhere from like 4 to like 6 or 7 different new weird flavors. And I had one of the weirdest flavors, but it was so delicious. It was duck crackling and cherry preserves. Now, duck crackling is basically deep fried duck skin. It's deep fried like in duck fat. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds gross. It's heaven. It tastes so good. Like I was eating it. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm having a hard time keeping my clothes on. It was so damn good. But yeah, I used to eat like all kinds of weird, crazy stuff, but I can't anymore because like I want to live. Um, I got super sidetracked because it's so good. But anyways, getting back to the summit. If any of you guys out there have any thoughts or ideas, please reach out to me. I'm going to talk to my friend Ricky, who is like a huge supporter of the show. Ricky Lumpkin, I love you, buddy. You're not just one of my best friends ever. You're my brother, and I love you, and I appreciate you supporting the show. I'm going to reach out to you and ask you how I can kind of get this thing flowing because I want to do. I think I want to do like, and Ricky run Ricky run. He does. He raises money for people overseas, people who don't have clean water, and he does an amazing job. He's one of the most charitable people in the world, and he also looks like a homeless Questlove. Yes, I love you, Rick. So I'm gonna talk to him about like, how do I go about like getting this thing going? Because I want to do maybe a run or a walk for like stroke awareness for Stroke Awareness Month next year. Like, I don't just want it to be like, oh, I'm going to reach out to like 3 or 4 people. Like, I really want to reach as many people as possible. And I really kind of want to create this thing, not selfishly like, oh, I want to put my name on it. And I want it all about me. And like, I just want to help as many people as possible. And I think I can do that by creating this thing. It's a little brainchild right now, but I think it's going to have some legs, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. To be honest, that's all I want to do. I just want to help people. And I also want to help people not go through what I've been through, not go through what I go through, because it's so hard. A lot of people don't understand how difficult it is because I always have like a pretty sunny disposition. I'm very smiley. I'm very happy all the time because, for the most part, I try to be, but also I'm kind of like a crying clown. I don't ever want people to know how dysfunctional I really am. You know, I might be vanity. I don't know if it's 100% vanity, but it might be. My therapist, she's always wondering what she's like, well, why? She's always like, well, why? Well, why this? Well, what would happen if people saw you like this? I don't know. I don't want people to see me like super vulnerable. I don't want people to see me like freak out. So I have these freakouts. They're not fun, but I have them. I have disassociative moments where like my brain just kind of shuts off, and that's not fun. And I have these freakouts, and I feel like I look like an insane person. You know, my eyes dart back and forth. I become hyper aware. And so my girlfriend showed me what I look like. She kind of did like an impression of what happens to me, and like when I like look a little crazy, I look like an insane person. Like so what's really crazy is I adore my girlfriend. She's everything. She showed me, I was like, well, what happened? What did I do? And God, I'm almost in tears. She showed me what I did, and I looked like a crazy person. The first thing that happened to me is like, oh my God, she's making fun of me. Inside, I was like, I can't believe she's making fun of me. There's no way I look like that. But she wasn't. She wasn't making fun of me. She was just showing me what I do. And I was petrified that I would look that way in front of other people. You know, I try to hold it together all the time. Like I try really, really hard. And, you know, pre-stroke, I was a basket case. I was depressed. I was really, really severely depressed. And I would just hide it. I would just shove it down. And the last thing I wanted anybody to know is how dysfunctional I really was, how much pain I was really in. So I was just always like, oh, hey, I'm fine. Everything is great. And now I kind of still have that, but less, because I actually go to therapy. So I'm able to like process a lot of stuff and not let a lot of that stuff out. But seeing her do her impression of what happens to me, and I do this several times a day. Sometimes I do it several times an hour, especially like when I'm the passenger in a car. I just kind of like have these freakouts. It's not fun. It's not good. And all I keep thinking, like out of sheer vanity, is I don't want people to see this. I don't want people to look at me like I'm a crazy person. I've kind of never wanted to be that dude. That's why I've never been like fall down drunk like at a club or a party, because I've seen other people like that. I'm like, dude, I never want to be that dude. So even now, I kind of have that. I don't want people to see me like have these freakouts. I don't want to be that dude. I don't want people to feel bad for me. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want people to say like, oh yeah, Joe, that's, you know, Joe had a stroke. So I don't want that. I just want people to see me, you know, functional me, not that. I don't want to see that, you know. And I've talked to several of my friends who I've done this in front of. Oh yeah, like your head goes back and forth, your eyes dart, and I'm like, oh my, I look crazy. I don't know. I don't know if any of you out there have that. I hope you don't. But yeah, it's really, really, I don't know. It's really hard. I don't want to feel that. That's why I really, really appreciate, you know, talking to, you know, fellow survivors, the Stromies, Rianne, Noreen, all of you guys. That's why I really, really love my occupational therapist. She understands and she cares. She really, really does. Kaylee, I adore you. I don't know if you listen to my podcast. Even if you don't, I tell you this shit in person. You're awesome. You've been such a help, and I would really honestly be lost without you. I apologize greatly for calling you KK Kaylee and mispronouncing your last name. But yeah, so I don't want anybody to go through this stuff. I love talking to you guys, and I love you guys reaching out and talking to me, because it helps me. It helps me on my journey to recovery. I hope it helps you on your journey to recovery. Keep it coming. I'm working on this summit idea. I'll hopefully be, you know, working with the Stromies. I met an awesome dude, and I did an interview with Share Your Stroke of Genius, and the dude that does it is this guy Kyle, who had a stroke when he was 11 years old. Holy shit. How crazy is that? Like, you're 11, and the stuff that he had to go through, I'm sure, like growing up and going to school with like a bunch of mean kids. Like, kids are mean, kids are dicks. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. So like that dude is so strong, and he's recovered so well. He's an awesome dude. That dude instantly became like my brother. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to maybe doing more stuff with him in the future, and like his documentary partner, like Liam. He seemed like a really cool, nice dude. Those guys are great. Mimi Hayes, who's an incredible comedian in New York. She's I don't know if she knows this. Well, how would she? I never really said it. Early on, she was one of the first people, I guess, that like I kind of reached out to, because she just posted this quick little video of her putting in her headphones, and she was just saying like it blocks out the background noise, and oh my god, it spoke to me because I had just started doing that, and then I started following her, and she is batshit crazy, but like in the most amazing way. If you guys are looking for a laugh, Mimi Hayes Brain on Instagram, she's an incredible comedian. She's going to be huge. I mean this. She's going to be a comedic superstar because she gives everything she has, and she is hilarious. And she's based out in New York. And I thought I was going to do this awesome thing, and I was going to like introduce her to Kyle because he's also based out in New York. Lo and behold, they already know each other. Hey, this stroke community in New York is a very small world. So all of these really, really cool people, I'd love to like, I don't know. I feel like this community thing, it could help so many people. Selfishly, it helps me. It really, really does. And I know how good this feels. So I just like want that feeling to go to like everybody else, And that's why I really, really want to build this, because I feel deep down inside of my cold black heart, I feel it will help a lot of people. On top of that, and other Joe news. So my birthday's tomorrow. Yay. I'm celebrating, so I don't sound like so old, because I know I look super young. Well, I don't know if I look super young. I've been told that, but I have a lot of like, I don't have gray hairs. I have platinum streaks in my beard. And so I'm celebrating the 20th anniversary of my 21st birthday. All right. Doesn't that sound so much better than celebrating my 41st birthday? Yeah. So I'll be 41 tomorrow, which is crazy, but I'm very immature. So, there's that. So that's a big deal. I'm blogging right now about this move, which is cool. So I don't know what my next blog's going to be, whether it's going to be about the move or whether it's going to be about my birthday, but keep a lookout for that. I'll be posting. It's JoSoloRocks.com. It's my blog. And all the guest bloggers out there, anybody who wants to share their story, please reach out to me. At JoSoloRocks.com, at JoSoloRocks everywhere, like on Instagram, and share your story. I'll put you can be the YouSoRocks featured guest blogger, and I think it helps getting your story out there, because it helped me to get my story out there. And I think it helps others to read the story and just be like, oh, wow, I went through that, or I understand that, and I'm not alone. So keep them coming. Yeah. So over the next it's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be an awesome 41st going in 42nd, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited, but everything is timeless. I'm ageless. We're all beautiful young people. We're all here. We're all alive, breathing fresh, living air. Wait, is air really living? I guess so. There's stuff in there. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be able to celebrate and remember, most importantly, because I can do that now. All of this stuff, to celebrate my 41st in a house with, a couple of people who I love, or as close to family as anybody can possibly have. It's a creative household, which is great, because there's nothing better than being creative. I'm trying to create, I think I'm a closet creator. I just don't know how to do it. Like I love all of this stuff. I don't really have an artistic bone in my body. I took art for a few semesters, and I still struggle drawing stick people, not because of the stroke, not because of the tremors I have in my hand, because I'm horrible. I love music. I can't play worth a damned. I just don't. The one thing that I did have is I can memorize every song ever, but ever since a brain injury, I can't really do that anymore. But that's all right. I'll get it back. I'm a work in progress. Once those neurons connect, I'm going to be unstoppable. But it's going to be a big year. Even when we have like these little dips, these little pitfalls, it doesn't matter. It's the yin and yang of life. Anytime anything bad happens, don't get too down, because something amazing is right around the corner. Felice always says, like when you're hurt, when you're struggling, she's like, hey, don't resist it, because I resist a lot. I resist that I can't sign my name the way I used to sign my name. I resist that I can't remember the things that I used to remember. I resist it all the time. Resistance is pain. Accept it. Just take it for what it is. Just because you accept it doesn't mean that it's permanent. It doesn't. It just means, hey, that's what this is at this very moment. This very moment, I can't do this, or this, I have this type of limitation right here, right now. What does that do? Cool. You accept that. That's what this is. But what do I want to do? I don't want to be that. I want to strive for better. And I'm going to do that, you know? And for me, it's worked. When I don't resist, things are awesome. I resisted using a cane when I got out of the hospital because I'm like, I'm not old, but I had to use a cane. I wasn't ready to walk. You know, I really wasn't. And then once I accepted, hey, I have to use this fucking thing, I used it, and then all I wanted to do is get rid of it. So I worked really, really hard to where I can walk without it. And then once I started walking without it, all I wanted to do is jog. And then once I started to jog, all I wanted to do was run. Now I'm able to do all of those things, but I did accept each step. I accepted that I have to use the cane. I accepted that I'm not able to jog yet, but I'm able to walk. I accepted that, cool, I'm able to jog, but I'm not able to run, you know, and all these things were steps. All these things started with acceptance. So no matter where you are in your recovery, just accept where you're at, and then, you know, strive for more. You know, like no matter what, you can keep pushing and you can do anything. Our minds are these powerful things. We can create whatever reality we want, you know, and we just have to, I don't know, it sounds weird, but it's very true. Just stay focused, stay positive. Yeah, we can do anything. We really can. You know, that's why I want to have this summit too. I want to get a bunch of like-minded people together. We're going to take over this world, man. We're going to rule. You know, it's JoSoloRocks, YouSoRock, we so rule. Come on. So I'm going to wrap this up. I honestly don't know how long I've been talking. It's always weird when you're by yourself because I don't have Lauren here like hitting me saying like, hey, let's wrap it up. You're starting to babble. So I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. You can reach me at, you know, JoSoloRocks everything, JoSoloRocks.com, JoSoloRocks on Instagram. I'm gonna slowly but surely, I'm gonna get this YouSoRocks thing going, the YouSoRocks forum on Facebook. I'm gonna get that going. I've been lagging, but I haven't been ready. But you know, I'm getting there. I'm gonna reach out to a bunch of people. I'm gonna try to get this YouSoRocks forum going, hosted by the NeuroNerds, of course. I miss my NeuroNerd co-host, Lauren. You can reach her at Lauren L Manzano. At Instagram. You know, Lauren's the best. I love her. She's a huge part of my recovery. She's one of my dearest friends. I adore Lauren. I say that because if I didn't, she would beat me. And when I say beat me, I mean beat me. She can hurt me. She can harm me. She is a very tough woman, but I love Lauren. I miss her dearly. And hopefully, you know, I'll be able to do sessions with her in person. But if not, we'll be able to do this, you know, distancing once we figure that out. We're still in the we're not in the process of moving. We're in the process of making this house a home. So once we get all that going, you know, I'm looking forward to actually having like guests on the show too. Oh, yeah, I've been saying that for a while, but like, you know, we're settled. That's gonna happen, and I can't wait to have people like Kyle from Share Your Stroke of Genius on. I can't wait to have people like Mimi from, you know, Mimi Hayes Brain, and oh, she has a podcast too. Mimi and the Brain, I think it is. I gotta tell you, follow Mimi. She's hilarious. And I'm not even kidding. She had this video where she like kind of danced for like maybe 30, 40 seconds. That video has brought me so much joy in my life. So any of you guys, if you ever feel like posting videos of you dancing, do so. I think it's awesome. Sometimes you just have to groove. You just have to groove. I love all you guys. Keep on sharing your stories. Reach out to me. I love talking to you guys. And again, selfishly, it's great for me. It really is. It helps me through my recovery. Not selfishly, I really hope it helps you guys, you know, as much as it helps me, because it helps me tremendously. I'm gonna wrap it up and call it in. I don't really know how to close this because I'm by myself. I don't really know how to like come out with like a huge awesome end. I want to do something, I don't know, say something like, oh, Joe Solo ends. I don't know. So our next episode will be me and Lauren together again, and we're going to be reunited, and it feels so good. I actually might have a special episode in between. I might record something tomorrow for my birthday with a couple of people, a couple like really special people. So I'm not sure. We might have like an interim special video pop up, or we might like add it to another video, something like that. But like, I'm saying it now because I don't know, it's going to happen. You know, you speak it into existence. That's happening. That's a thing. Stay happy, stay healthy. You know, all you people who have reached out to me, thank you so much. Love yourself as much as you loved me. because you guys have loved me so much. I appreciate it. I love you guys right back. Stay focused, stay positive, keep moving forward, and Joe Solo out.